Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Football Fignuts podcast. This is season 5, episode 42. If you counted all of them, I don't know. I'm fucking tired. It's 236 episodes. I'm Craig.
I'm Sinch.
And Sinch and I are here. This is the sick podcast, so you're probably going to hear coughing if I don't edit it out or mute myself.
We're back from the dead.
We're both exhausted. Yeah, it's not a fun time. It's not a fun time. How are you, man?
Oh, things are going great. I'm just happy to be here.
Good. I'm glad you're here. So for me, for the what are you drinking section of the podcast, I have lukewarm coffee, and I think I made decaf, so that's really not going to help me at all.
Wow, the decaf. You lost me with the decaf.
That's all I had to grind. Do you have anything?
I do. I've got a strawberry kiwi Gatorade.
Oh, nice.
It's fine. You don't like it. I understand.
Actually, wasn't that a Snapple flavor?
Sure.
They had a kiwi one that I did enjoy, but I don't remember what was with it. Yeah, I used to drink a lot of Snapples and a lot of
kiwi lime.
A lot of Snapples and a lot of Sobeys. Remember those? Those giant glass bottles.
I don't think I ever had a Sobe. I haven't had a Snapple in forever.
You know what's interesting about Sobe? those
they don't
giant,
sponsor us?
They don't. Excuse me.
I find that interesting.
Those giant glass bottles were 3.5 servings. And at one point in my life, I was drinking 3 or 4 of those a day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I was working my first job in tech support for marketing. So I was working like 60 hours a week, and then, an hour commuting each way. So like I basically lived there, and it's all free. Like I didn't pay for it. So yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So since then, I barely drink sugar now. So if you handed me a Snapple, like I would not be able to drink it, sadly.
Yeah, another thing about getting older, sweet drinks are starting to taste really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you cut out sugar. Yeah. Yep. Like I can do like a Jack and Coke or rum and Coke, but like I can't drink an entire can of Coke.
Oh, you could if you tried.
I could if I tried, but wouldn't really. And I used to drink a lot of Snapple too. I definitely could not drink those.
Now I live on coffee and water.
Coffee, water. You know what's crazy about COVID for me, because it affects everyone differently, other than being completely fucking exhausted constantly, which is really aggravating. I have very little appetite, which is really weird for me because I enjoy food. It's really strange. Mm-hmm. And I've had like zero desire to have beer. Like I don't even.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't even want it. It's really weird.
You are going to live, right?
I hope so.
It's funny. Do you remember? Yeah. I sent you a message a while ago. Since I've got COVID, I've been craving every kind of alcoholic beverage.
You've wanted beer. Your body's like, hey, this might make it go away.
I see commercials. I see TV shows where they're drinking a martini, and it's like, man, I'd love to have a martini.
Hard alcohol has been, used as a medicinal product for a long time. So,
maybe I'll try that.
I mean, if you have older family members in your family, yeah. The people used to put like whiskey or rum in when babies were teething, like rub it on their gums. So, I guess it worked.
I can't remember if that was done with me. I was pretty young.
It was probably done.
I never did that. I never did that with my kids.
Let
them buy their own alcohol.
Damn it.
So, needless to say, you and I will not be attending the voluntary off-season workouts.
No, we will be skipping those like Baker Mayfield.
Like everyone.
Like Baker Mayfield. Actually, no. Who else is skipping them?
You name it.
Someone else is
like
skipping
every
them.
DK Metcalf, every one of these guys that they want a new contract. I thought
Debo showed up. Did he?
No, I said DK Metcalf.
Oh, DK Metcalf, sorry.
That's close. There's a D.
There is a D in there. Oh, that's right. Oh, and Kyler Murray, he didn't show up in April, but I think he's going there soon.
So you know what's not a good sign? I Googled what is the fantasy football news of the day.
Oh no!
And what's not a good sign is when you see that Daniel Jones is struggling against the defense in minicamp. It's they don't really play defense in minicamp.
That's true, and they're using those big helmets, those extra. The Guardian cap, that extra padding over the helmet. Because Daniel Jones, he did have like a couple concussions, so it's not a good way to start your career.
That's all right. That's how he's ending his career.
Wow.
Another thing I noticed: Darrell Henderson, the running back with the Rams. Yeah. You know how he's always hurt?
Yes.
Well, he's missing mini camp right now because he's hurt.
At least he's consistent.
New injury too.
Oh, see, even better. Actually, would you rather have? Would you rather have a new injury, or would you rather re-injure something you already healed that you know how to heal?
I would rather not injure anything. See, you can't really learn anything this time of year, but I think if you can take anything out of it, the players that are missing camp because they're injured, keep an eye on them. You might want to drop them when it comes time to drafting.
Yeah, definitely this is definitely a time of year you have to start paying attention to injuries, because they do happen in camp. I mean, people literally walk from their car to the locker room and get hurt. So that's something you
don't want to draft that guy.
You don't. I mean, unless you're in a dynasty league, then maybe, but you probably get them pretty cheap. Speaking of cheap, it wasn't cheap.
Tell me
that the Broncos were sold for $4.6 billion. $4.65 billion to to Mr. Walton of the heir of Walmart. So I guess he's gonna make the Broncos cheap. I don't know. What I did not know that the guy from the 76ers, I think he's the owner, and Kanye West also bid on the Denver Broncos.
Wow.
He bid 4.6.
And that's not enough.
No. And the guy from the 76ers, he bid 5.
Wow. Here's $5 billion. No thanks, I got a better offer.
Right? That's so weird.
That's just crazy.
That is so
insane. Another thing this time of year that you want to watch out for, that's just ridiculous. I heard a report that Matt Ryan is really wowing them in Colts camp. Why? And it's like, if you can't wow in minicamp, I guess you're Daniel Jones. If you can't wow in minicamp, I mean, it's like, you go deep and I'll throw it to you, and the defender will jog on side of you.
Go that way. Yeah. Oop. You still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, so the Broncos have a new owner. Is anything going to change? Probably not really.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, the only thing that'll change is now that once that new ownership gets approved, Russell Wilson will get a crazy long-term extension. That'll be the first thing that happens.
Probably. I can see that.
Considering the time of year it is, I don't think you could see a head coach change or anything like that. So they'll ride it out this year, and you'll probably see at the end of the year, you might see a lot of changes if the owner wants to.
That's also true. I'm trying to think, what else? Did anything else happen in Denver? No, I think that was it. That was the big story. I mean, everyone says that Russell Wilson is looking good in Denver, but I mean,
if you can't look good this time of year.
I mean, if you look at Denver and you look at the Colts, like, their quarterback situation wasn't spectacular last year. So, I mean, really.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan today, this upcoming season, how much better than Carson Wentz is he going to be? Is that because, I mean, look, the Colts should have been in the playoffs. They lost their last game to the Texans. Texans or Jags? They lost their last game of the season that they should have won. And if they won, they would be in the playoffs. So anyway, my question is, with Matt Ryan, who even at his age now, I expect to be much better than Wentz. Does that mean that we expect the Colts to be much better?
I think everyone is expecting the Colts to make it to the playoffs.
Well, that would be better.
That would be better. So I think there's a lot of pressure on Ryan, but I think he's clearly an upgrade from Wentz. I don't really know what happened to Wentz. Like, I think, did he just get hurt too much?
You know,
like, did him missing that season and they went to the Super Bowl and won it without him? Do you think that like affected him like in his head?
Yeah, I think he got hurt, and then when he came back, and he had a major knee injury.
Yeah, and he cracked his back.
Yep, that was the next season.
Yep.
But I just think when he got back, you go through that. Okay, well, you've just got to get hit hard in that spot, and then know that you're okay, and you get up and you're okay. Right. I think he never got over that, and he was afraid to take risks. And now when he does, he's a half step too late. Mm-hmm. And there are throws of his, he'll go a whole game and not throw an interception, but have 4 balls dropped by defenders that he threw right to the defender.
Right.
And I hung around on the Wentz bandwagon longer than anyone else. And I've now jumped off. So I will not be drafting him.
You will not be drafting him.
So let me tee you up with this question.
Okay, sure.
Why don't the NFL experts of the world respect the Bengals? All right, you go ahead.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, I sent this in the thread like a couple days ago, I think. I think it was a couple days ago. I don't understand how a team makes it to the Super Bowl, right? Against everyone's odds, makes to the Super Bowl. And now they have dropped down in the rankings to get in, like Vegas odds, that is. They've dropped down to get back to the Super Bowl. How does it make sense that the Cowboys have better odds to get to the Super Bowl than the Bengals? How is that possible? I don't know.
It's all about the betting odds. Everybody wants to bet on Dallas.
I think Jerry Jones had something to do with that. Like the Packers lost the best receiver they have. They picked up a rookie who is apparently really good, but I don't know how he's going to be. And, Rodgers is a good QB, but he's won one Super Bowl since he's been there. So how does that really put that? And they choke in the playoffs against the 49ers 3 times. So how does that put them ahead of the Bengals to get to the Super Bowl? And I know these are NFC teams, so I'm just saying, but still, I don't understand. Don't understand. So I'm trying to see what else is going. I don't really have it. We kind of skipped. Well, that kind of was a burning hot take. I really don't I didn't have one ready. I do actually. You know what? I do now that this popped up in front of me for you. All right. Speaking of the Packers, Matt LaFleur is not worried about Allen Lazard missing the Packers minicamp because he wants a long-term deal. Do you think Allen Lazard is going to get a long-term deal from the Packers at all?
Well, that's a good question. I can't imagine giving him a big deal. But if he holds out, it's on how you look at things. I don't think Allen Lazard is anything special. But then again, I'm blanking on his name. We just had the receiver leave Arizona, and he got a ton of money and changed the market. And I can't think of his name.
Hopkins?
Short little guy. No, not Hopkins. He left Arizona. It's besides the point. You're listening
Kirk.
to this. You know who we mean. Yes.
Kirk?
Christian Kirk. Is that it? Kirk Cousins.
Maybe.
Captain Kirk. COVID fog. Anyway.
It's real, man.
The market,
it's real.
The market changed for wide receivers so great in this offseason, more than any other offseason. So now if you're an average wide receiver, you're making ridiculous money. So is Alan Lazard an average receiver? Yeah, I'd say he's a good, solid average receiver. He's nothing special, but
he's not Devontae Adams.
He's the best guy. He's the best guy they've got in Green Bay now. So now, because he's the best guy, does that mean you got to overpay for him, or is he average? So you say we could do fine without him. I don't know. I don't know what their thinking is.
I don't know. I have one other question for you, because there's really no structure to this episode. Najee Harris said that the Steelers are going to lessen his workload. He played in 929 snaps last season, and they want to reduce his workload. Does that worry you if you were going to draft Najee Harris? Does this change your mind?
I think you got to read between the lines. I don't believe it. I think that's one of those things they say now, and maybe they don't want him to get 34 touches a game, but I think that's the kind of thing you say now. And maybe just think about how different the team should be compared to last season. They had Roethlisberger last year throwing left-handed because his shoulder was shot and he had no elbow left. So every dump-off pass was to the running back. This year, you've got Mitch Trubisky. I can't say without laughing. And, I mean...
So wait, how many weeks are there now? How many games are there?
There are 17 games in 18 weeks.
So that means if he had 229 snaps... I'm sorry, I said that in reverse numbered order. 929 snaps.
I was going to say reversed order for 292 is 292.
It is. Not 929 snaps with 17 games. That's almost 55 touches a game average.
Wow.
Okay,
so
sure
that's right.
I divided
that's like quarterback numbers.
It is. That is kind of crazy. So I think they should lessen that to like 30 maybe.
I think that no matter who would be the quarterback now, whether they go with the first round pick, whether they go with Trubisky, anyone is going to be throwing it to wide receivers more than Ben was last year.
Right.
So I think that will lessen his touches a little right there. And I don't believe them. So, I mean, if you're looking at running backs to draft, if you're ranking running backs without me having done this right now, Najee Harris has got to be 2 behind Jonathan Taylor. That's where I would put him. Okay. So feel free to go ahead and draft him. It doesn't matter.
There you have it. There you have it.
Okay, here's my next question for you.
Sure.
So did you see Aaron Donald just signed another contract or an extension or something?
Oh, Mr. Neutral Zone offsides? Yeah. Saw that.
Did I touch a nerve I forgot about? I'm sorry.
No, I'm okay now.
So he signed a contract. I can't find it right now in front of me, but it's something like he's guaranteed $60 million for the next 2 seasons.
Okay.
And so my question is the same question I have probably 3 times a season. What are the Rams doing that every other team isn't doing? Why doesn't every team do what the Rams are doing? The salary cap doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's McVay. I don't know if it's the owners or whatever the owners in McVay came up with when he got there. Like when he got there, did he have like a 5-year Super Bowl plan? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I do know that Darnell Mooney said he's ready for whatever anybody brings as a Bears #1 receiver.
And what does that mean to
I
you?
I don't know. Is he talking about whoever the quarterback's going to be, or does he mean like the guy covering him? I don't know what he means.
Cornerback?
Maybe.
You can't. What does that? Here's something I've learned watching football for many, many years now. The Bears have never had a good quarterback. And I don't care what you say about Jim McMahon. He was solid, but that's before we did fantasy football. I'm speaking
Do
now
you
in
know
terms
do you
of
know
a
Mitch
fantasy
Trubisky
quarterback.
is one of the only quarterbacks to have like was it like 6 touchdowns in a game or something?
Is that counting turnovers for touchdowns?
I'm not sure. Not sure. I'll have to look it up.
My point is, the Bears have never had a quarterback throw for 4,000 yards in a season. I mean, like never. So anytime you're drafting a wide receiver that's on the Bears, just keep it in mind that they've never had a good quarterback. I'm not knocking Fields. I'm a Patriot fan. I wanted the Patriots to trade up and draft Fields instead of drafting Mac.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the guy, but he didn't show me anything at all last season. I saw
No,
nothing.
I still think the Bears are just going to run him into the ground and just try to get like they're just going to make him run all the time. I think, and I just think that's going to be a very bad outcome.
I'm sorry to say it, but I think the Bears will probably be the worst team in the league this season.
You think so?
So I really do. I think the Jags are going to
Worse
the
than the
Jags will
Jaguars.
automatically jump 3 or 4 games in the standings.
Worse than
Like
the Commanders.
Trevor Lawrence showed me something. So I think he's going to have a big second year jump. Keep that in mind when drafting players for this upcoming season. Football, the second year jump is a big deal. You could really go from that guy's okay, he's solid, to that guy's a top player at his position. I think Trevor Lawrence has potential now that they got rid of the coach that was just I don't know what he was doing, and they
Hanging out
have
at
pieces
bars.
there. That's what he was doing. But I mean, they have pieces there, so I could see it. Now you asked me about Washington. Washington has an easier schedule, easier division to play in than the Bears do. The Bears, it's hard to say the Lions will ever be good, but the Lions, I think, will get better. I could see them being a 7-10,
They
8-9 team this year.
They try.
Well, it just seems like they want to bite ankles. They want to hit you. I don't know. They've got Goff. It's hard for me to make an argument that the Lions will be good. But I think if the Lions played the Giants, the Eagles, the Cowboys, if they played them in their division and we shipped Washington to the division with the Bears, the Vikings, and the Packers, I think that, hold on, I'm losing it, but I think I got it. I think the Lions would have the better record of the two if that were to happen. And since it's a hypothetical, no one could prove me wrong. So
That's true.
I'm right.
But so then who's better in Florida? The Jags or the Dolphins?
I think the Dolphins are better than the Jags. The Jags will improve. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying that the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs either, but the Dolphins, the two biggest things with the Dolphins right now, I feel, who knows what their coach is. If you have, this guy's a first-year head coach, if he shows up and he is solid, then yeah, they could absolutely make the playoffs. If he shows up and, the clock management is terrible and they're trying to turn Tua into Patrick Mahomes, all of that stuff's going to fail. The other thing with the Dolphins is Tua. I don't believe he's good. I don't think he's going to be good. But if he is good, if he turns a corner and improves a great deal, then yeah, the Dolphins could be in the playoffs. Sure, why not?
All right. I can see that.
Why not?
Why not? Damn it. Let's see. What else can we talk about? This is going to be a short episode because every time I talk, I'm holding in coughing. So I'm just trying. There's 2 other things we could talk about. One is the giant monster in the corner of the room. That would
Oh, good.
be,
You see him too.
I do, especially for massage therapists. The Browns are in more trouble with their quarterback situation. They have let Baker Mayfield skip OTAs. They've allowed him to. And another woman has come forward with allegations when he's up to 24 women now. There is another report that Watson met with 66 women for massages in 17 months. And the Texans helped him do this and provided him with hotel rooms and excuse me, had the massage therapist sign NDA agreements. Here's the thing about that report. That was all in the court documents the Browns had access to. So I'm not really sure why they're all of a sudden shocked by this. And honestly, they already knew this. I don't even know why they signed it. Did they just think this was just going to go away?
Yeah, I think that's what they thought. Because remember, right before the trade, they had that last court thing, that last hearing or whatever, and they threw the charges out, and everything was going to be great. And then it was just a matter of
civil lawsuits.
If there was going to be, the financial payout was the last thing pending.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see the league come down extremely hard on Watson. I think what you're going to see, if I had to guess, it'll be like a 1-year suspension.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play at all next year. I don't.
Which then brings up the funny part, where Cleveland has completely mishandled Baker Mayfield. Forget about what you think if he's good or not good. How the quotes coming out of Cleveland about Baker Mayfield, they should have just taken the high road, because now this guy's going to be your starter for the whole season.
If he wants to. I mean, I guess he could sit out.
If he sits out, he's still going to have a year left on the. Put it this way, if he plays, no matter what happens, if he plays the following season, he's a free agent. And even if he's signing on, you got to figure someone will give him a chance to compete for the starting quarterback role.
Mm-hmm.
I would think so, at least. I don't think he's all that good, but I would think so. If he sits out, then he's just losing a year where he could be the everyday starting quarterback. He could have a good season. If he has a good season, he could roll that over into a 5-year deal with another team that needs a quarterback. There are enough of them out there. I mean, the Washington, the Giants, the Lions, there are enough teams out there that need a real quarterback. So I just think he's going to end up being the starter, and he's going to end up playing. So the way they mishandled it in the press, just saying all the things that they said, that now they're going to have a mature, grown-up quarterback and all that. You don't need to say that stuff. They went out of their way to say it.
That's true. They did, because they thought, you're right, they thought all this Watson stuff was just going to go away, or they were going to pay him off or pay them off or whatever. But yeah, no, that didn't happen. I read what happened with the last therapist. I mean, if that's what the dude is into, and then whatever, but at least get some kind of consent out of it. Something, because yeah.
We're so far past talking about exactly what he did and what he's accused of. It's like it's just. Here's the question. Here's the question. Will there be any kind of fine, any kind of penalty handed down before the first preseason game, before opening day? What is the league doing? What are they waiting for? It seems like every other suspension that every other player has gotten, they've given out before this.
That's true. I don't know what I honestly don't know what they're waiting for. I feel like the NFL is, they have morals when they feel like it or when it's convenient. So it changes from week to week. So I don't know what they're doing. They need to do. You're right. They need to do something.
When's the
But
last time he played a game? He
2,
didn't play last year.
3 seasons
Last year
ago.
was the 21 season. The 20 season, did he play in 2020?
I don't know. Because then he missed a year
I
because
don't.
he hurt his knee.
Yeah, I think that was
That
20. I don't think he's played since 2019 now.
So we'll do it live. Really? I just want his
And while you're
stats.
looking that up, I'll just say this.
Hmm.
Okay, so the guy wants to get massage. Okay, he wants a massage. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. He wants to get a massage and have the happy ending attached to it. Okay, I mean, if that's what he's into, whatever. Find the massage person that'll do that. Whatever. That's not my point. The fact that he's done this with, what'd you say, 77 different women? I mean,
66, but not all of them are
all right,
massage
66.
therapists. I guess I don't know.
Well, it's just, I mean, to me, that number seems high.
That's a bit high.
I mean,
That's a bit high.
I don't know. I guess if he's got the massage therapist coming over and he tries something or does something or whatever, that person doesn't come back, so he needs to get a different one. So I guess that's how the number gets so high. I don't know.
Maybe. And his stat, he got hurt in 2017. He only played 7 games. He
Did
played
he play in the?
He played in 2018, 19, and 20.
Okay. Well,
And then he did not
you know,
play last year. But I
we'll
have no
see.
concept of time anymore. So
I mean, I've said it before. He's a top 5 quarterback. I would take him in a heartbeat. But what are we talking about? Once you throw in the off the field stuff, I don't think you could do it anymore. I mean, how do you bring this guy in? See, Cleveland has never won. So if Jack the Ripper can come there and take them to the Super Bowl, they'll find a way to say, well, he's not killing anyone important, so it's okay. So, I mean, could it happen anywhere other than Cleveland where they would bring him in?
I
mean, if Joe Burrow was hurt, maybe Cincinnati.
No, he would go. He would go to the Steelers. He would go to the Steelers.
No, see, I don't think the Steelers ownership. I don't think they would have brought him in.
See Big Ben and what's his face
Big
receiver.
Big Ben had one case against him.
True.
One accusation.
True.
And I think he got suspended 6 games, if my memory is right. So if one case equals 6 games, what's it, 24 against Watson?
In the court, yes. Yeah.
So 24 times 6. That's 140 games or something.
144 games.
So that's more than a season. It's almost a baseball season.
That would be about 8 seasons.
Yeah, I don't think. I'd like to see him 8. Okay, well, we gave you 8 seasons, and you wanna you wanna negotiate that down. All right, we'll make it 4 seasons.
Right.
If he got suspended for 4 seasons, I would say that's fair. Mm-hmm. No complaint. After 4 seasons, he can come back.
Yep. No, I agree.
See, the problem is the NFL had no problem bringing Michael Vick back. Nope. Michael Vick went to jail for drowning and killing dogs and the dog fighting and all that other stuff. And as soon as he was out of jail and he said, I want to come back, they were like, okay, come on back.
Yeah, because that's what they do. That is what they do.
But that's where I get outraged when Tom Brady doesn't want to hand over his phone and they give him a 4-game suspension. They take away the first-round pick for the team. They fine the team $1 million. That, to me, is ridiculous because you have these other offenses that are, no one was going to picket the Patriots and say this is outrageous and we can't support this and we can't let this happen. No one was going to say that about Brady. But you got a guy that's in the dog fighting and drowning dogs, and you've got other players that are accused of rape and all these other offenses, and they get, we'll give you 6 games.
Yeah. Yeah, that is sadly what the NFL does. Why do they do it? I don't know. Probably because of money. That's really the only
Money,
reason I
money,
can
money,
think
money,
of.
money.
But yeah, last topic. Sad, sad news for me. The great one, the Magic Man, is officially retiring.
Don Makowski.
No. The current Magic Man, Fitzmagic, Ryan
Oh,
Fitzpatrick. He's calling it a career. Him and his giant, lovable beard. Yeah, very very entertaining quarterback. He had some amazing games. He had amazing throws. Some of them with his eyes closed, and he still did it. So yeah,
very solid quarterback. Good
he
for
was.
him for having a long career. My reply to that is, who's going to be the next quarterback like him? There's always one. There's always that guy that lasts 8, 9 seasons, and he's not really good enough to be an everyday starter. But when he plays, he's good. But he's a
Hmm.
backup. So who's the next backup?
Oh, that is a good question.
That could be Baker Mayfield.
I mean, at
2 year
this rate,
contract
it might
backing up
be.
here. Well, I'm saying a 2 year backup for this team, and he plays because the starter gets hurt, and then somebody else brings him in, and he's there for 3 seasons, and then he goes somewhere else, and I don't
I
know.
don't know. I
Who's
mean,
the next backup?
is it Geno Smith still plays?
I mean, that's not bad. That's a good one because he's still around,
Actually,
and where he is.
Isn't he Seattle's starting quarterback right now?
No,
Technically.
he's the backup in Seattle because the starter is Brain. He came over from Denver and it's not Tim Couch. Came over from Denver. I can't think. He was Denver's quarterback last season, and he's not good enough to be a starter. So
Seahawks QB. Let's see. Not Geno Smith. No, that's
man, I'll
hell.
tell you, I gotta love the off-season Brain because I remember stuff. I
Yeah,
just can't remember the names.
it's off season brain with COVID brain. It's a very bad.
In the Russell Wilson trade,
It's very
was the quarterback that Denver
Drew
had.
Lock.
There
Drew
you go,
Lock,
Drew
and they
Lock.
have Jacob
So
Eason, who still plays apparently.
So Drew Lock was going to be the Denver starter, and he wasn't very good. Drew
Right.
Lock could be the next Fitzpatrick, but Drew Lock is going there, and everybody's saying in Seattle, "Oh no, he's our starter." Well, you can see Geno Smith coming in and playing 5 games this season, 6 games. Absolutely, why not? It's not like Drew Lock is going to beat him out. So there's two good solid guesses right there. I don't know if they're good enough to last. Maybe Daniel Jones. I think no matter what happens with the Giants, they're going to get a new quarterback next season. I mean, no matter what. So he'll be a free agent looking to go somewhere. Maybe it'll be
True.
Mitch Trubisky. Maybe he's good enough to last 10 years in the league, just backing up here and there.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that like stands out. You know what? I mean, it might be Baker. Though I think they should trade him to Seattle, but I don't know.
You know who's another good one? What's his name? I can't. I hate my brain. I really do.
Jacoby
Uh,
Brissett.
well, no, he's a good one too. He seems to last. I was going to go with who was the guy that was the quarterback, and then he got hurt, and Baker Mayfield came in for Cleveland. He was also a starter for the Bills. He was a starter. He was in
Case
He's one.
Case
He's one of these
Keenum?
guys been on a lot of
No,
teams.
not Case Keenum.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
He's got one of those names where everybody everybody was pronouncing it wrong. Oh, what the hell is his name?
Nick Mullins?
No. Damn it. Come on, man. One of us has got to have half a brain left.
I don't think so. I don't. I have to look
All
it
right.
up. Hold on. Let's see.
Let me look up Browns quarterbacks.
It's going to be a very long list. And it's not Brady Quinn.
No.
Really? Jacoby Brissett is a Brown? Huh.
No.
Yeah,
Is he?
that's what this says.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find it. I don't even know if it's worth it. He's just one of these guys.
Was it Case Keenum? He was a Brown.
No.
No?
Where's the quarterbacks? No, I got the wrong year now. Garrett Gilbert is not the guy I wanted.
Robert Griffin? Josh McCown?
No.
Deshaun Kaiser?
He was a Bills starting quarterback
Tyrod
for a
Taylor.
couple of seasons. Tyrod, there you go. It's Tyrod. Remember, he was on Hard Knocks, the HBO thing, and he said, "Everybody calls me Tyrod. My name is Tyrod."
There's no apostrophe there.
Well, he was saying you were saying it wrong. I can't imagine anyone's listening to this now.
No, they gave up after the coughing started, like 5 minutes in. So
it's so nice out, the weather, and at least in this part of the country.
It is nice out. It is nice out. I do have the windows open. So
we're in the part of the off season where you just don't want the players that you like to get arrested. Don't get arrested and don't get dead. Don't go to jail and
right.
And don't do it. Just don't do anything. Just sit on the beach in the shade.
That's right. I agree. And with that, we're gonna call this a short episode because I'm still trying to not cough into the microphone, hit the mute button constantly. So yeah. Sinch, thank you for joining me. Hope you get better soon.
Oh, well, I hope you get better.
Thank you. And you may have not liked this episode, but if you liked any of the other ones, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. You can also email us, or you can find us I need to update the website. I'm trying to redo it, and it's just not working. So we'll see what happens with that. But that is fignutsdfs.com. We're also on Twitter, fignutsdfs as well. And yeah, Sinch, any final thoughts?
My only final thought is leave a review and tell us if you were listening at the end of this episode.
The secret word is aardvark.
And win a prize.
We'll find one. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll find one.
We'll get you a job as a backup quarterback somewhere in the league.
We didn't say which league. Disclaimer.
We'll get you in the XFL.
Hey, there you go. Still a thing. My final thought is don't get COVID. That's really mine. That's mine. Yeah, that's really all I had. And hi, Deb.
Hydrate.
Hydrate and hi, Deb. Thank you for joining us once again. I'm Craig.
I'm Sinch.
And this has been the Football Fignuts Podcast.